Brad's son's getting married tomorrow, so it'll be like after he goes to graduated from Ed and I got one of
Well, actually, oh my god. Price was very private for like 3 days when at Price for 3 days she never got this and then it was okay, I made it back and then there's because there's music concert at the end of her year went like well, that classroom is the same classroom so
She first said that's my classroom.
that's the brackets, I know. Then I did not have
Welcome parents, friends, faculty, and graduates. First, I express my gratitude to the seniors for extending me this invitation to kick off this joyous occasion. I have shared some wonderful years, both on the athletic field and for some of you in the classroom. This is my privilege. I'm sure Mrs. Baker had a twinge of anxiety when she found out I was a convocation speaker. She's a former English teacher, and I am fluent in the Delco dialect. So I'm going to try my best. Gathering today, the air is filled with anticipation. All of you are eager to embark on your next adventure, and we know you're ready. I urge you to take a mindful moment, use this occasion to reflect on and appreciate the people who have supported your growth, your struggles, and your triumphs. As you step away from Tower Hill, a place many of you have called home for 15 years, savor the invaluable relationships you've made here. Recognize each day as an opportunity to live, learn, and create. Ask for help when you need it. Remember that Tower Hill community believes in you and cheers you on. I would like to leave you with a quote from Oscar Wilde's A Picture of Dorian Gray. Realize your youth while you have it. Live. Live the wonderful life that is in you. Let nothing be lost upon you. Be always searching for new sensations and be afraid of nothing. Thank you, and best wishes to the class of 2024. I would like to welcome the head of our school, Sarah Baker.
Good afternoon and welcome to the 104th graduation exercises at Tower Hill School. I am delighted to welcome you by offering a brief reflection on our collective joy at having been alongside the remarkable class of 2024 on its journey here at Tower Hill. Earlier this spring, on one of the first warm nights of the season, I had my 8 senior advisees to dinner here at the house to celebrate their graduation. We had a wonderful time. We ate pizza on the porch and toasted marshmallows in the fire pit, and the students reminisced about some of their most formative and most entertaining moments as a class. They suggested I would note that I include a reference to at least one of those most entertaining moments in this address, but try as I might, I could find no way to position any of them in a manner befitting the formality of this occasion. After dinner, about half of the group set out into the yard to play football with my son and daughter, who were full to bursting with this attention. The other half of the group stayed around the fire pit, watching the game and chatting intermittently. At one point, there was a quiet moment, and one of the students looked out over the campus and entirely earnestly and a little wistfully said, "I'm so glad my parents moved here. What a place to raise a family." Of her school, of this place, and of this greater community, she said, "What a place to raise a family." There is so much inside that statement. There's maturity, of course, in such measure that it took my breath away. There's deep gratitude. There is nostalgia. There is an understanding of the depth of what happens here and around this place, and with this place, an understanding of what we are really celebrating today. Indeed, today, on behalf of the school, families, I would like to thank you for allowing us the honor of being a part of raising these fine, fine children, now young adults. At this 104th graduation ceremony, we celebrate a milestone in the life of each of the members of the class seated behind me, and we celebrate a milestone in the life of the school. Today, Tower Hill graduates its first class of Tower Tots. As the mother of a rising tot and a crier at ceremonies of all kinds by my very nature, I've had to rehearse that line quite a few times to say it without crying. I just asked my rehearsal partner and husband, poor man, whether that is true. That we are graduating our first tots means that for some on this stage, who I hope will forgive me for what I'm about to bring up, this school and your teachers met you when you were newly or perhaps inconsistently potty trained, knew not how to tie a shoe, and subsisted on beige foods. And look at you now. Look at all of you now. I wonder whether the teachers of our first tots, Mrs. Julie Roca and Mrs. Jeannie Snyder, would stand so we might thank them for their part in raising this class. To all of the members of the class of 2024, we have loved nothing more than being a part of the team that raised you. We may have met you when you toddled in as a tot, clung to your parents' hand as a kindergartner, feigned confidence as a middle schooler with your polo shirt tucked in so tight on the first day, or joined us masked as a ninth grader and slowly peeled that layer and so much more away. Many of us in this tent remember when you got your braces off, made your first goal, got that part, discovered your love of writing, and showed us the kind of friend that you can be. And with all of that happy, messy, beautiful context, we marvel today not at what you have done, but at who you have become. We are so very, very proud of the people that you are. Before I conclude this welcome, I'd like to share with you a new feature of our graduation that you can anticipate at the conclusion of our ceremony. When they leave the stage, the graduates will exit the tent and array themselves in a receiving line in the yard, through which the faculty and staff will then recess. This will ensure that the graduates' lower school teachers, middle school teachers, upper school teachers, coaches, and mentors and advisors can each have a brief moment to extend their congratulations to the school's newest alumni. This is a nod to the inspiring contributions of the faculty to the lives and lives of the mind of these young people, and it expresses our ardent hope that what small part we have contributed to the raising of these children may be in some way a wind that carries them on their way. Welcome. We're glad you're here. Let us celebrate. It is my pleasure to introduce Robbie Saunders to provide our graduation address.
Good afternoon. Faculty, staff, board members, parents, alumni, community members, students, and most importantly, my fellow members of the class of 2024. I want to start with some very important thank yous on behalf of our class. First, I want to thank all the faculty who have taught us over the years for their incredible dedication, passion, and commitment to us and our learning both in and outside of the classroom. Although I couldn't possibly name all of you individually and the respective impacts on each of us, I want to take this opportunity to thank you for your work. And second, I want to thank all of our staff members, ranging from nurses to custodians to dining service to security, for ensuring a healthy, safe, clean, and nourishing environment for us to come and learn every day. Now, to my classmates, class of 2024, this is a time to celebrate and be proud of our incredible achievements over the past 4 years. We greatly enriched the school community. We spoke at assemblies and at the annual HBCU breakfast. We introduced forum speakers. We volunteered in lower school and at the inaugural Horizons program. We also contributed to the greater Wilmington community. On MLK Day, we donated clothes to the Ministry of Caring and made soup jars for Lutheran Community Services, dog toys for Humane Animal Partners, and Valentine's Day cards for senior living residents. We helped in food pantries, cleared trails in Rockford Park, and volunteered at Ronald McDonald House, Sam's Kids, and Be Positive, just to name a few. I've done a lot of research. Collectively, we showed for 9,000 days of school, including more than 500,000 hours of classes and almost 1.5 million minutes spent in morning meetings. We earned 1,047 A's. We were recognized as Scholars of Distinction or with honors 297 times. 7 of us earned the Global Scholar designation. We passed 312 advanced placement tests. 16 of us were recognized in the National Merit Scholarship Competition, and 3 of us were awarded scholarships. We qualified for the American Invitational Mathematics Exam. We won 7 Scholastic Writing Awards and 4 Scholastic Art Awards just this year. We were chosen for the All-State Band, Chorus, and Orchestra. We led more than 40 clubs, including robotics teams that won the state championship and competed in the state semifinal this year, a mock trial team that finished fifth in the state twice, and a Model UN team that hosted the first ever conference at Tower Hill this year, attended by hundreds of students. We won 571 varsity sports games, including dozens of district championships and 10 state championships. We earned 17 all-state designations and 188 all-conference designations. And we received 497 offers of admission from selected colleges and universities around the world. But I don't want to talk about all the successes. I want to focus on our failures. And there were many. We failed to make morning meeting 1,156 times. We earned Caesar worse 604 times. We failed to grasp the symbolism of Jay Gatsby's mansion. We failed to accurately calculate the coefficient of friction, and we failed to correctly identify the direction of the crowd. We failed to get the roll or the solo. We failed to remember our lines. We failed to hit all the notes. We were cut from teams. We sat on the bench. We failed to put the ball in the net, hoop, goal, or hole. We false started, and we dropped to the top. Varsity teams we played on lost 309 times. We earned 162 demerits. And our college applications were rejected 552 times. Why am I drawing on all these shows? Because this special day, the day of our graduation from Tower Hill, marks not just the end of high school, but the beginning of the rest of our lives. The great things that we have already achieved are insignificant compared to what we've yet to achieve. What we achieve in the future will be determined not by the excellent resumes that we've compiled to date, but by the character that we have built by learning from our failures. Failure has many causes. It teaches many things. Perhaps the most obvious is that it teaches us what doesn't work. Longtime Duke basketball coach, Coach Jay, once said, failure is never a destination. When you are knocked back, figure out why and change. Failure teaches us that getting out of bed 10 minutes before morning meeting is a bad strategy. Failure teaches us that staying up late scrolling through TikTok the night before the quiz is midterm is a bad strategy. And failure teaches us that eating a dozen of Jansen's California rolls on a hot summer day between preseason practices is a bad strategy. It is through our failures that we have learned some of life's most valuable lessons. Lessons that have shaped us into the individuals we are today, and positioned us for even greater success in the future. Without failure, there can be no progress, no innovation, and no advancement. Failure also teaches us resilience. As the great Chinese philosopher Confucius once said, a man is great not because he has not failed, but because failure has not stopped him. But every time we fail a test, we give up and never study again, we will fail again. But every time we lose a game, we stop going to practice and don't get better, we will just continue to lose. Recent medical studies on concussions provide a scientific basis for this mindset. As someone who specializes in obtaining various head injuries, I've learned a lot about concussion treatment. Old science forced patients to immediately and completely shut down their brain for a minimum of 2 weeks after their injury. This meant lying in a dark room, listening to quiet music, or in my own experience, playing with Play-Doh for 14 days. In simple terms, doctors sent you home and told you to avoid any activities that would challenge your brain. Sounds like good advice. However, recent studies show the exact opposite. Contemporary concussion treatment encourages patients to get out of bed. Just days after injury, doctors urge patients to read, write, play video games, and push their brain until pain, and then rest, recover, and try again. This is the biological basis for perseverance. Every one of us has failed something in the last 4 years. We should all be thankful for that. Every failure that we suffered, every mistake we made, was fundamental to our growth as young adults. We learn far more from our failures than from our success. Every failure provides us with an opportunity to refine, adapt, and evolve. Embracing failure requires us to cultivate a mindset of resilience, a mindset that views setbacks not as obstacles, but as opportunities for growth. Our time in high school, and specifically our moments of failure, not only have taught us how to find success more often, but when we inevitably fail again, we will know that we've been here before. When we fail our first college test, we will know that most likely we did the same thing in high school. We will know that with hard work and a resilient mindset, we will ace the next one. And when we were rejected from our dream job coming out of college, we will remember how years ago, many of us were rejected for prom as well. As the class of 2024 goes off into college and beyond, Tower Hill is preparing us for our journey ahead. Tower Hill has provided us with the education to comprehend advanced topics, the confidence to challenge ourselves to think beyond traditional rhetoric, but most importantly, the ability to embrace failure. Thank you all, and congratulations to the class of 2024.
family, friends, faculty, staff, students, and my fellow classmates. I'm so honored to be speaking on behalf of this incredible class. Today, we celebrate the end of our journey at Tower Hill and the beginning of a new chapter in each one of our lives. I recently read my grandmother's high school graduation speech, which took place in Fresno, California, on this day, June 7th, 62 years ago. Her speech, given in the midst of the space race, detailed the wonders of John Glenn's and Scott Carpenter's first ever orbit around the Earth, and how technology made the world feel smaller and smaller. It's unbelievable how much the world has changed since then. Now, our phones that we hold in our hands for more hours than we would like to admit each day allow us to send messages around the globe in an instant. The world's news and current events are at our fingertips. In today's advanced society, feeling connected to the people around you can be a confusing concept. We can log into team meetings from the comfort of our pajama pants and kitchen tables. We can be connected to our new college classmates and form friendships with our future roommates by liking and commenting on their Instagram posts, despite never having met them in person. During COVID, we could be connected and in school while rolling out of bed 5 minutes before Zoom class and sitting isolated in our own bedrooms. In these cases, while we might be in contact online, we aren't truly connected. This is not to say authentic relationships can't stem from these interactions, but social media skews our perceptions of these relationships. In this way, we're reminded to cherish and value the authentic connections we have in our lives. And for us, in the class of 2024, our time at Tower Hill is the root of many of these relationships. Classmates, whether you began in the very first class of Tower Tots back in 2009, or started upper school in makeshift classrooms in the field house at the height of the COVID pandemic in 2020, we've experienced so much together. Not only has NASA launched the first Artemis mission to enable human exploration of Mars and the Moon, but together as the class of 2024, we experienced milestones like turning 16 and getting our driver's licenses. We overcame common challenges like beating Tatnall on homecoming or getting through a tough week of finals. We collaborated in the play, the musical, and in morning meetings. We grew as people alongside one another. In lower school, we played zombies tag and looked longingly at the flower market from the bars of the playground fence. This year, we were able to sign out and ride the zipper during our free periods. We dressed up as presidents and first ladies in the second grade wax museum. We performed the Ghostbusters dance as the finale to our 8th grade play, Haunted Pillars. We learned how to drive in Mr. McGee's 10th grade driver's ed class. We played football and tag in the grass of the grove while watching the older kids play in the annual homecoming football games. And recently, we played in our final Tower Hill senior games. We raced one another on field day, and the Greens, of course, won most years. We ate plates of Bang Bang chicken. We started freshman year participating in Zoom orientations from the very patios where we now celebrate one another's graduation parties. And of course, we learned so much and worked hard in each one of our classes, from reading groups to calculus physics. These are just the beginnings of the multitudes of experiences our class has shared. Who we are as a class will forever be a part of who each one of us are as people. I believe that Tower Hill's tight-knit, supportive community is a strong basis for which we will aim to create all future connections. In such a small school, we have no choice but to be very much a part of one another's lives. Here, we all know one another's names and siblings. Here, we are so lucky to have been supported by teachers, mentors, and coaches who take pride in seeing us get an A on a test or scoring a game-winning goal. Here, we've made friendships that will last forever. Not only has Tower Hill readied us for our future endeavors in the classroom, it taught us to appreciate what it means to create meaningful relationships in our own lives, whether that be with professors, new roommates, friends, or coworkers, next year in college and beyond. To quote my grandmother's speech, who quoted John Donne, an English poet from the 16th century, "No man is an island, entire unto himself. Every man is a piece of the continent, a part of the main." Class of 2024, Each one of us is a piece of a bigger continent. As very soon to be alums, that continent is Tower Hill. No matter how much the world will change 62 years in the future, when our own grandchildren are celebrating their graduations, I hope that Tower Hill, our class, will continue to be a source of connection and community that we can always return to and rely on. Going forward, let us take advantage of Instagram comments and Snapshoots to stay connected, but never let it replace authentic face-to-face friendships with one another. In a world that will increasingly demand speed and efficiency, and no matter if we're so advanced that people live on Mars, we must remember the value in slowing down to truly connect with others and build relationships that will bring the most meaning to our lives. As I conclude, I would like to thank all of our teachers who've been there for us along this journey, witnessed our growth, and made such a significant impact on us as students. We would not be here today without the guidance, care, and support of Mrs. Douglas and the advisors. Thank you for your endless support and all that you do for us each and every day. Thank you to all of the parents and families who got us to where we are today, and all that you do to support our class. And last but certainly not least, thank you to my classmates. I'm so grateful to have grown up alongside you for the past 13 years. Thank you and congratulations, class of 2024.
Students, family, friends, and most importantly, the class of 2024. I am honored to speak to you today as this incredible class culminates their Tower Hill career and begins a new chapter. When I became your dean, seniors, I felt my role would be to help build your capacities for kindness and for being good, thoughtful humans. Each week when I sign off my emails in kindness, I mean it. But over the last 4 years, I also learned that I was wrong about what my job as your dean was. Rather than shaping you into kindness machines, my job was to pull all of your unique gifts together as one. We are better by being in community together. When I began writing this speech, imagining that it needed to be a perfect blend of humor and insight that I could bestow upon you, I came up empty. Luckily, I'd learned this lesson from you before. I had to let go of what I thought my job was. When I did that, it became immediately clear what this graduation speech needed to be. It needed to be ours. Today, I will highlight the words and ideas from every senior speech, what makes this senior class so incredibly special. We've grown together over the last 4 years, and this speech is a collective effort too. While I'm the one delivering this speech today, seniors, You each helped me write it. Channeling guidance from James and Eileen, I broke my process into manageable chunks. Step 1, dive into your speeches, pull out key insights, beautiful stories, and funny moments. Louis shared with us, stories are not just tales, but doorways. And I stepped back through each one. Step 2, find themes and connections across your speeches and weave them into the collection of values and insights that I'll share with you now. Friendship. Perhaps it is unsurprising for your class, who entered 9th grade after months of social distancing, to have such insight into the power of friendships. In fact, Tommy noted that it was the lockdown that helped him to appreciate friendships. Syra, Shashi, and Michael Grillo all highlighted how spending time with your closest friends can both reset your worries and serve as fuel to keep you going through the tough moments. Having Cole Crouch's friends in the passenger seat of the metaphorical car ride of his life made the trip much more enjoyable. Friends have helped our class build community and make home everywhere from the wrestling room, Jack, to Martha's Vineyard, Peyton. Many times throughout the last 4 years, I've seen you stand up for each other, sit with each other in hard conversations, bake special allergy-friendly desserts, and cheer each other on. Rachel said, although some friendships come naturally, it's worth fighting for the ones that you take their time. You seniors have taught me that friendship is an active exercise that returns even more than you give. Family. The many family members in the tent today speak to how much the class of 2024 holds family dear. Molly and Lila reminded us that our family can sometimes be our best friends, too. And Becca helped us remember that family is both biological and chosen. Lena and Gigi noted that our family includes our pets, who love us unconditionally and teach us how to be our best and most human selves. Whether watching Eagles games, Keelan, driving back and forth to school, Maggie, inventing and playing their own games, Harry and me, responding to special names reserved only for family, Ashley, passing off gross vegetables, Madison, or discovering how to navigate personal boundaries, Phoebe Quinn Clemens. This class has found grounding and joy in those they are closest to. It might be hard to follow Brady Trembley's advice to enjoy every last moment you have with the people who are closest to you. But that's actually the beauty of family. Family is there even when you are not your most perfect version of yourself, and even if you don't relish every second together. Your relationships with family will change and evolve, as Ellen reminded us, but your family will always be your foundation, seniors. Particularly in this moment when you head off to start a new chapter, remember Michael DeNazier's advice to learn from the people you love. Or, as Elle so eloquently put it, maybe listen to your parents' advice every once in a while. They're not right about everything, trust me, but sometimes their advice can be life-altering. Sometimes. Positive mindset. Cole Mercer suggested that we come at life with a positive outlook because a negative outlook only blocks the potential for legitimate experience. And while he delivered his speech in October, I think this class has been living that advice since day one. If you read through the speeches from this year, you'll notice a theme of mindset shifting. Phoebe Gray stated, there are times when simply a change in attitude can change an entire situation. A sentiment echoed by Kate Barton, who used the mindset shift to unlock new worlds of friendship and community. Sam turned a quite possibly dangerous ocean swim, assigned by his lifeguard boss after arriving late to work, into the takeaway that showing extra effort is important in work and in life. Zoe emerged from a fear of her critical ballet teacher to recognize that corrections are gifts when they come from people who care about you and want you to succeed. Seniors, by remaining flexible and focused on the positive, you have left yourselves available to your own innate potential to create your own joy. Perfectionism. This might be the one topic that I have talked about with every single member of this class. It is hard to balance wanting to be your absolute best with accepting good enough in the service of forward movement. Perfectionism can hit us especially hard when others rely on us, whether a volleyball team, Megan Mumford, or your Bonerty customers, Alice. But Kate Connolly and Grayson both discovered it's not always being the best at something that's important, but there's value in the process itself. Sometimes the quest for perfection can be paralyzing. Olivia says instead of fixating on where we're stuck, we should ask ourselves, what next? If you ask Veer or Alex Popescu, what's next, is to just keep trying. Love for the little things. Just as this class absolutely loves to be the best, they also have a deep appreciation for simple pleasures and small moments of joy. Here's a collection of my favorite enjoy the little things advice from the class of 2024. Enjoy every bite of food, Catherine. Collect memories, like hotel key cards and initials, and call the silliest memories to mind when you need a lift, Brian. Find joy in the simple things and turn ordinary objects into sources of fun and creativity, Justin. Make each day special, as Tessa suggests, and give yourself something small to look forward to in everything that you do. Or take it from Tate and Therese and try some solo time in nature, appreciating the vastness of the world around you. Creativity and passion. Class of 2024, you found your passions everywhere from history, Alex Pilla, to race cars, Nick, to Blackbird spy planes, Sambi, to poetry, Joseph, to video games, Reese, to art and music, Langley. You've mused on the value of creative exploration. Bill reminded us that creativity both connects us to those around us and develops our own internal drive. Victor urged us to guard our passions. When you find that something, he said, defend it with your life and don't let anyone else take control of it. Maybe you found your something already, seniors, or maybe not. Keep following what burns inside of you and find all the ways you can to share your fire with the world. Commitment to yourselves and each other. Speaking of what burns inside of you, seniors, you've impressed us all with your ability to balance your fierce individuality alongside your care for community. Don't seek to blend in or follow the norm. It is unnecessary, as both Jack Allen and Neil reflected in their speeches. Jamie said, as silly as they may be, the little details about you are the very things that make you both unique and unforgettable. Bergen and Izzy urged us all to make choices and prioritize what matters most to us. Our communities are better when we are each exactly and uniquely who we are. At the same time, we do not exist in bubbles alone. Ava noted beautifully, no matter how small you think your words are, they mean so much more to people than you think. Continue to be responsible to each other, Anish. Ask for help, Natalie, and give it too. As Robbie said, you will never regret doing the right thing. Embrace and change. Under the category of things I thought I would teach you as your dean, but it turned out you taught me instead, is a willingness to put yourselves out there and try something new. At times, you've all sought out new opportunities. Daniel looked for a new basketball team, Angelo for a new school, both thankfully leading them to Tower Hill. Tyson and Megan Anthony found success in new athletic endeavors, inspired by family and coaches who believed in them. Sometimes change has been forced on you. Eleanor moved across countries and states. The charcoal pit conspired to upend Grace's childhood memories with their renovations and new policies. And we all faced a While change is sometimes scary, it's worth it. Just ask Abby or Anna Schloba, who leveraged change in their lives to build optimistic outlooks for their future. Cole Hansen said, those new uncomfortable paths are where we better ourselves. Casey shared this in her senior speech. You will surprise yourself, and the world will even surprise you. Question what you know, what you think you know. See how the world unfolds. Change changes us. Sometimes all at once, or sometimes bit by bit. Big changes are coming, class of 2024, and you're ready for them. Bravery. Seniors, are you afraid of anything? Seriously, listen to some of these quotes. The more you face fear, the less it will be able to impact you, and eventually fear won't have any control over you. Brady Cox. It's okay to feel uncomfortable, because in those moments you can often find the most joy. Rubina. If you want to do something, it is possible even if the road ahead seems long and unforgiving. James. We can either let the fear of hitting a wall, metaphorical or literal, hold us back, preventing us from taking risks and pursuing our passions, or we can charge ahead with dedication, knowing that the possibility of hitting the wall is just another obstacle we must be willing to take on. Stephen. You can be afraid and do it anyway. Ethan. Class of 2024, find things that make you just a little bit afraid and do them anyway. And now we arrive at step 3. Leave you with a message of my own. In his senior speech, Dimitri said, don't be intimidated to do something you've never done before. You never know what impact something will have on your life. Class of 2024, you are excellent. We have won state championships, musical showcases, math competitions, and somehow even fairly won homecoming weeks. Never for once doubt all that you have to offer, even when you're intimidated, especially when you're intimidated. But don't approach the world in solitary arrogance either. Be vulnerable and admit that you don't know everything. And opening this space in your heart to curiosity and generosity, you might, as Sid said, even learn a thing or two. The vast open space of being just a little intimidated is where you find your strength, and you will find it in and with each other. Now, go take on the world and remember to take everything you've learned here with you. Get through the tough times with family and friends, a positive mindset, appreciation for the little things, and forgiveness for the perfectionist moments. Inspire change with creativity and passion, commitment to yourselves and to each other, and curiosity. Walk off this stage and into what's next as the fearless, loving, fun, hilarious, and insightful people you are. Keep being fully yourselves. And please, be kind. Lastly, to quote Darren, you really have to love something deeply to miss it. Class of 2024, I will miss you to my core. For the last time, as your dean, in kindness, Mrs. Douglas.
And now, it is my great pleasure to begin the diploma presentation by asking our seniors in the front row to begin to make their way down. The rest of you seniors may sit, please. Julie Saunders will present the first diploma to her son. Robert Johnstone Saunders. Amelia Zoe Tucker. Becky Allen will present the next diploma to her son. Jack Michael Allen. Megan Olivia Angini. Louise Barton will present the next diploma to her daughter. Catherine Dare Barton. Evelyn Brady will present the next diploma to her son. Nicholas Alexander Brady. Rebecca Lynn Case. Siwen Chen. Rachel Catherine Clevens. Catherine Connolly. Joseph Anthony Cook III. Ava Eldon Janney Caroon. Cole Everett Crouch. Madison Elizabeth Dennis. Michael Philip Dignazio. Lacey Wu Gong. Keelan Achilles Donnelly. Jack Edmund Duffy. Ben DuPont will present the next diploma to his daughter. Emily Jane Osplin DuPont. Lila Rose Finelli. James Eugene Farnan. Peyton Grace Farrow. Ryan Thomas Fries. Tessa Ella Gattuso. Abigail Lauren Gerasimus. Lena Rose Gerhard. Grace Ellen Gilbert. Megan O'Neill will present the next diploma to her daughter. Grace Maria Gonzalez. Phoebe Elizabeth Gray. Michael Andrew Grillo. Cole Michael Hampstead. Thomas Johnson Hannah Jr. Eiley Genevieve Labio Ingito. Harry Roundtree Kid Jones. Olivia Paige Jordan. Siddharth Naidu Kancharapu. Sanvi Parag Karnik. Syra Noreen Cosby. Tyson Christopher Keith. Darren Kesson. Natalie Elizabeth Kirk. Alexander Kittala. Brady William Koch. L. Alexandra Perkelis. Grayson Noble Brandon Kyle. Victor Lee. Alice Lynn. Richard Lopervidi will present the next diploma to his daughter. Eleanor Ruth Lopervidi. Therese Marie Lucian. Ethan Michael Malone. Catherine Maroney will present the next diploma to her son. Samuel Whitney Maroney. Isabella Grace McIntosh. Colton Mercer. Zanny Vest will present the next diploma to her son. Owen Alexander Morris. Demetrios George Moutsatsos. Kristen Mumford will present the next diploma to her daughter. Megan Beverly Mumford. Karina Maori Munchie. Margaret Ann Newswanger. Catherine New. Lindsay Owen will present the next diploma to her daughter. Langley Davis Owen. Veer Pawa. Paul Pedrick will present the next diploma to his son. August Tate Pedrick. Reese Ventura Petrunich. Molly Elizabeth Peatlock. Alexander Popescu. Ashley Prosher. Phoebe Colleen Quinn Clemens. Shoshana Satran. Anna Hartman Schultz. Anna Morrison Schlovach. Stephen Jacob Silvers. Justin Cole Solokoff. Bergen Courtney Kellen Salto. Daniel Philip Somerville. William Fisher Summers. Brady Harlan Tremblay. Anish Chowdhury Bakalapudi. Angie Angelo Huang. Jill Zahner will present the next diploma to her son. Nathaniel Sanderson Zahner. Louis L. Jean. With great joy and honor, I present to you the Tower Hill class of 2024. Please remain standing and join us in the singing of our alma mater. The lyrics can be found in your program. Please be seated. Seniors, it is now my great honor to leave you with some final words that I hope you'll take with you as you enter the next chapter of your lives. But before I do so, I'd like to take a moment to take this all in. I ask that you look around and notice your surroundings, your classmates, your teachers, and the faces of those in the audience who love you unconditionally. Today is your high school graduation, and you have all earned this special moment that you will remember for the rest of your lives. Seniors, in your hands is a gift. Yes, it's your high school diploma, but it's more than that. It is a gift that you now get to treasure, nurture, and most importantly, share. You see, this diploma is more than just a leather sleeve or a fancy piece of paper. This gift that you're holding represents an imperfect journey that all of you had the privilege of embarking on. And I use the word privilege intentionally, for as we know, not everyone is lucky enough to receive a top quality education or to make it to the milestone we're celebrating with you today. Seniors, the world you are entering is one that is going to leave you with more questions than answers. And it is at those moments that I want you to remember the gift that you're holding, because it is your learning, including the failures along the way, that will be the first step in seeking the answers our world needs. So often as you've grown up, you might have looked to the adults around you and throughout the world and thought, why don't they fix this? Or why are they doing this? Well, today, you now become part of they. And soon, the generation behind you will be looking to you to make change and to do some good in the world. You're entering a world in which the notion of justice of all types continues to be challenged and tested. So when you come up against those moments in life that will feel unjust or confusing, remember that in your time with us here, you were hopefully given something that now no one can take away from you, and that's courage. And it is that courage that I hope will guide you to speak up for what you believe is right, and most importantly, to speak up for voices you notice have been left out. I know that sounds like a huge responsibility to bear, especially when you're barely coming into yourselves as adults. I also recognize that I just talked about a world that, while still beautiful, will not come without its challenges. So let me therefore give you some words of advice. Never stop learning. Okay, after today, maybe give yourself a day or two, but after that, continue to absorb as much as you can for as long as you can. I hope that we as teachers have modeled for you throughout your time at Tower Hill that learning never stops. Challenge yourselves to continue your learning, whether formal or informal, and do so with fervor. Confucius perhaps said it best when he said, "Learn as if you were not reaching your goal and as though you were scared of missing it." Throughout your lifelong journey of learning, there will come a time when the most valuable and sometimes most difficult lessons you learn end up being those about yourself. Seniors, my next wish for you is that you cherish the things that make you amazing and that you embrace your weaknesses too. Every single one of us under this tent has a weakness or two, and it is the way in which we seek help from others that turns those weaknesses into opportunities. Ultimately, this will give you the patience to accept the fact that others too will be learning lessons about themselves, and that rarely does their journey's timeline match with yours. So when you meet someone who thinks differently than you, don't immediately try to change their mind. Instead, listen and be curious as to why they think the way they do. You might even benefit from not being afraid to change your mind. In closing, I recently listened to an interview with American cellist Yo-Yo Ma, in which he described how we live in a world obsessed with measurement, always wanting to find logic and reason in everything we do so as to eliminate any ambiguity. He says, in a world where we can measure everything, or we think we can measure everything, how wonderful it is that you could have poetry or music that actually makes you think you are touching infinity. And so, seniors, the gift of knowledge that you've been given, let that gift be the music or the poetry that will allow you to touch infinity. Congratulations, and very well done. Please join me once again in congratulating the Tower Hill graduating class of 2024. thank you for being here with us this afternoon, and I ask that you remain seated throughout the recessional until the last member of the faculty has exited the tent. Thank you.